right now at 4, protesters clash with drivers outside the federal courthouse in downtown Louisville as former LMPD officer Brett Hankison is sentenced for violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights. When the group began blocking traffic, drivers weren't happy, including a Louisville Water Company truck that kept on going with a protester on the hood. This is Wave News at 4. I'm Dawn G. A sentencing hearing for Brett Hankison has been underway since 1:30 this afternoon, but protesters gathered outside the courthouse hours before that. Wave News reporter David Mattingly is live on West Broadway, where the group is now back on the sidewalk awaiting a sentence. David?
That's right, Dawn. There was about a dozen protesters that spilled onto Broadway, blocking traffic around 2 o'clock today. And this entire disturbance lasted only about 15 minutes. The protesters going out there, LMPD responding quickly and pushing them back onto the sidewalk. But before that happened, take a look at the video we have from that moment. There were some protesters, one protester in particular, trying to stop vehicles from running through the protest line that involved a Louisville Water Company truck. We got a statement from Louisville Water Company, and they said they looked at the video and saw, quote, an employee slowly trying to move away from people banging on their car and involved in a tense situation. Now, I also spoke to some protesters who were here after that incident. They say they were trying to demonstrate their displeasure with the fact that a family member of Breonna Taylor and Taylor's former boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, were not allowed into today's courtroom. Now listen to what she
said. That we wanted Bianca and Kenny to be allowed to be in the courtroom, as should be their right as family, and they would not allow Bianca and Kenny in the courtroom. They said they were closed, and we were trying to find a way to get them up there to have people come down so they could be allowed in, and rightly so, people are upset because if there should be anybody in the courtroom, it should be Kenny and Bianca.
Well, again, that disturbance lasted only about 15 minutes. The protesters, a lot of them right now are seeking shelter in the shade, in the tree there just outside the front of the courthouse. The rest of the people on the sidewalk you see right now is the media that's gathered here, a lot from out of town, some national media also on this here right outside the steps, waiting for whatever happens here today for people participating in that hearing to come out and talk to the cameras. Reporting live, David Mattingly, Wave News.
All right, David, thank you. Now, Hankison was found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights on the night of the drug raid that led to her death. The jury found Hankison shot blindly into Taylor's apartment, even though his bullets didn't hit anyone. The U.S. Probation Office has recommended a sentence of up to 14 years, but the DOJ is asking Hankison get credit for 1 day served in prison, a $100 fine, and 3 years of supervised release. Wave News reporter Mark Stevens is in that sentencing hearing right now. Cameras are not allowed in federal court, so once it's over and we have learned the sentence, we will bring it to you here on Wave and on the Wave News app.